Hello heroes, Cody here, your blue-collared nerd from Texas talking comics. So let's talk comics. And this is ComicsDown. Let's get into it. Today we have a book to review. It's from Valiant. We're in some uncharted waters here. I haven't picked up a new Valiant book in years. So this is, I pick up a lot of older Valiant books, but when I see them around 50 cents, dollar bin. But newer stuff, I'm lost on it. I don't know what's going on a lot. I saw this. It looked interesting. It was Nijak versus the Valiant universe. And this is number 1. It's going to be just a small little series. I think 4 books altogether. And it looked interesting. It was kind of like Deadpool kills the Marvel Universe or Punisher kills the Marvel Universe. It's, I guess, an Elseworld story. The cover really drew me in. It had Nijak there. It has all the main characters. You got Bloodshot, Archer from Archer and Armstrong, the Eternal Warrior, Exo. This Medusa-like character, which I think is called Roku. And then I think the Unity Squad's in it. Also, you got Shadow Man up here. So, I don't know who this guy is. You got a guy that looks like a Steve Rogers. He's wearing a Steve Rogers shirt. It's kind of crazy. Fucking fly? Jesus Christ. Sorry. Well, of course, I'm in my workshop because the comic den is not finished yet. I'm still working on it. So, sorry that there's a fly flying around the comic book there. Alright, so Nijak, the British spy ninja. Let's get, looks like it's a Elliot Raw story and John Bennett art inside. This cover, I think, was done by Mako Suruyuya. I don't know. Some Japanese name, I think. Okay. Nijak works for a thing called the Company, which is basically a British CIA. And he's being blackmailed into stealing something. It opens up with a small child and a mother at a store, and the lady is talking to, who is it? Somebody working at MI6. It's your weekend, Neville. She's talking to Neville, and he's telling her that he's busy at MI6 and he'll do it next weekend. The mother's like, go pick out some candies while I talk on the phone. And that's when you see our villainess, Roku, step into the picture. She picks up, she's kind of like, she has the same powers as this Medusa, basically, from Marvel Universe. And she picks up a Wonku bar. And hands it to the child. And it goes from there to Nijak interrupting an arms deal. And he basically kills everyone. And then he gets on a plane. And it's just, him going through an average day. Fucking fly. Alright. And he's going to meet up with his handler in Paris. And let's see here. You're late, Mr. King. And you've been drinking. Just enough to take the edge off. Vibin. Be a peach and check in for me. You know how Neville likes to clean a clean watch. Quite right. For the Queen and country. Voice recognition too. Seriously? You know I'm here. You know I'm here. Isn't that enough? Please. You're right. Such a professional. Colin King. Okay, and lastly, but of course, the thumbprint. Okay, yada yada. Going through the procedures, right? And out of nowhere, a group of ninjas bust through the window, blowing shit up and attacking them with freaking cattle prods, looks like. God, that would suck to get hit with a cattle prod. And his handler gets a few shots off. More ninjas. He's fighting them back. And he probably would have gotten over on them, and then he gets overwhelmed. And Roku steps in and says, "Good to see you again, Colin. Don't give them... Okay, my hands are up. No more fists. I surrender, Roku. Don't give them anything." And then they shock him. "It's been such a long time, Mr. King. Or do you prefer Nijak? I always forget which name means more to you. Whatever this is about, it's got nothing to do with her. Let her go." So sentimental. And then she shows some people she's kidnapped, that mother and the child that you saw at the very beginning. She kidnapped them, yada. And then she goes ahead and sticks one of her hair braids through his handler's head. Oh, Vivian. Oh, Vivian got it. Got it right through the head. And he's like, "I'll never help you." You know, he's pissed off now. And she shoots him up with some nanites to keep tabs on him. Okay. So basically, she tells him to go break into MI6, to the very bottom level that they have there at the building, to retrieve something, an asset there. He tells her it's impossible, but she's like, "Well, that's why I want you to do it." You got Neville here. He doesn't know his kids are kidnapped, his wife and kids. And an alarm goes off, and they see, they're like, "We have an intruder. There's somebody down in the bottom level." So they start rolling out all their guns and shit. Nijak's taking people out on his way to the elevator, and everybody's sitting here. Watch your crossfire. Weapons live. Do not wait to be engaged. Shoot on sight. And they hear the ding. And who is it? Nijak. And they're like, "Hey, wait a second. Let's see what's going on here." And he's like, "Hold on, he's one of ours. The target escaped. We need boots on the ground and eyes on the..." "I'm sorry, Neville. Move and I'll cut his throat." "Wait, Nijak, whatever this is, we can work it out." And he's like, "My dear boy Neville, I haven't the slightest idea what you're talking about. We've been betrayed. Take the shot, And he just, apparently there's a chick that can shoot some lightning, so he disables her with some glob balls. I guess I don't even know what the hell they're called. Shooting snot balls out of his wrist at her. I guess ninjas have snot balls, I don't know. And he gums her up. And then he karate kicks her in the face, which is pretty cool. I like that. Very, very tactical. And then he starts fighting this other chick. She ends up taking one of his swords, and he's like, "You shouldn't take things that aren't yours." And he presses a button on his wrist, and his sword electrifies her, which is awesome. I mean, a lot of action going on here. He escapes, throws some smoke bombs, jumps out the window. This thing is really written like as a screenplay, or kind of like a storyboard. Like, you can tell, like, the guy who wrote this, and they drew all this up, they're wanting to option this. I can see them wanting to option this. Because it's all very, framed like it would be shot on film. Yeah, all right here. Screen story, Aaron Shikoki. Screenplay, yeah. Okay, see, this is the problem with these stepping stone creators. You know, instead, you know, I really think they could do some better stuff, but they want to keep everything so generic so someday it could be optioned as a film, right? Jumps into the water. Okay, so Neville calls everybody. He's like, we need Unity in on this. Which Unity is one of the teams that's in the Valiant universe. And so, you know, they're going to make a call to Bloodshot, Archer, and Armstrong. Oh, I guess the guy in the Captain America star shirt is either Archer. Oh, Archer's the big guy. I think Armstrong's the little dude. I never read any Archer and Armstrong. You know, that was like one of the stories that didn't really pique my interest when I was a kid. They got Exo Manowar and the Eternal Warrior. Eternal Warrior's out on a elk hunt, looks like. Not bad, not bad. He's going to take it out with a bow. Always keeping his skills honed. And it's to be continued. And there's a short little story, Bloodshot story in the back of this, which I guess it has something to do with the new Bloodshot that's out there right now. Really, it wasn't. Nothing to write home, nothing to write to mom about, you know. But, yeah, you know, I don't know. I have mixed feelings about this. Will I get the rest of the series? Probably not. I just wanted to try it, see what was going on. It ain't going to stop me from getting old Valiant stuff. In fact, this weekend, I'm going over to one of my homeboys, and he has probably one of the most prolific comic book collections that his father gave him, and he doesn't really want them, so I'm going to be going and buying some books from him. I don't really have a lot of cash to spend right now, but, you know, I'll get about 40 to 80 books, probably. A lot of filler stuff, a lot of things, you know, fill runs and shit. But yeah, that'll be for the Sunday Fun Day video. But yeah, Nijak versus the Valiant universe. I mean, they set it up like it's, I don't know, Deadpool and the Punisher one were way better. This kidnapping story, you know, their blackmail, I don't know. It was hard to get into. And like, maybe it's just because I haven't been keeping up with Valiant that much, but I don't know. It was okay. I mean, I love Nijak as a character, but I probably won't finish the rest of this series out and get the rest of them. Maybe if I get them, I'll probably end up getting them out of the discount bin eventually, you know, or get them off of eBay for super cheap later on down the line if I ever do want to finish the story. But that was Nijak versus the Valiant universe. I hope you guys had a good one. Sub, like, comment, bell, Patreon someday. I'm Cody, and this is ComicsDown. Have a good day.